Hi everyone, I'm continuing with the art journal from scratch. The two other videos were live, and I will put a link below in the description box to those two lives if you want to start from the beginning. The premise is that I just took a simple blank cheapest notebook I could find in the cheap store, and we are turning it into an art journal page. I've explained how to do it, how to, if you don't want to do in a notebook, you can use an old book, an old day planner, all kinds of stuff. Even in a magazine you can do your art journaling. All the explanation is in the first live that I've done of art journaling from scratch. Again, I will put the links to it. So we've done that how to prepare your whatever you are using for an art journal, and made some painty papers just by taking printer paper and scraping paint with a plastic card. On some I've already added some marks from mostly from leftover paint from other projects. So we've got some painty paper to work with. There's going to be also a list of all the things that I plan to use in this art journal from scratch, which are like book pages, magazine pages, catalog pages, also anything goes. And there are also some, I've made some templates that are in my website in the freebies section. There will also be a link below for that. This one I still need to scan and upload to the freebies section, so this one is coming up. All this can be printed and used, and also in other projects to come. I told you to find this one is from a website that's called freepic.com. I made a search for woman face, and I wanted AI. I didn't want an actual woman. So, and one of the first result was this, and I printed it so I can use it in my art journaling. Again, you can take magazines and find a face, find a also in profile for another project. So this is it, and mostly it's all things that you can find. I'm using acrylic paints because they are really easy to find, and you don't need the expensive stuff. It can be anything from the cheap store. A glue stick, white school glue, markers like black permanent marker, again can be found in any office supply. I like to have a white marker. Also I use the Uniball Signo, but this is not something that you can find everywhere. So before I had this or any kind of other white marker like Posca, which are expensive, I used this kind of correction fluid for a marker. So this is another thing that can be found in office supply and used in your art journaling. Brushes, of course, and scissors. I like to have also this kind of scissors for fussy cutting around all kinds of, like if I want to take out one of those images, it's just easier to use nail scissors that have a curve and they are more dainty. So that's a part of the things that we're going to use. I'll put the list below. We also made some stencils, again from scratch, from magazine pages. This is the first stencil we've done, and with this stencil we made the first page here. I've used it here. And let's see. This is another stencil, just a circle. And I've made 2 other stencils that I haven't used yet. Again, magazine pages, and just by folding in half, I've made this shapes of hearts, and again folding made these shapes. Haven't used them yet. And also for this, here is some of the flowers that are in the freebies. And we've made this butterflies from book pages that we just smooshed paint, put paint, smooshed it, and made the butterflies. And I'm keeping this because I'm thinking either use it in another art journal page on some kind of a background, or use it as a template, or use it as a stencil. So that's what we've done so far in the other lives, and today I'm going to do another page. So first of all, I want to create a very simple background that anyone can do, and we are again going to smoosh some paint. Now I'm going to use just this. This is just a plastic bag. I had some stamps in it, and I'm going to use this. Any non-porous surface will do. Any plastic can be used, any acrylic block can be used. I prefer to use something that is transparent just so I can see what I'm doing, but it doesn't have to be. It can be anything else. Even the glossy pages of a magazine, especially the cover, which is thicker than the other pages, can be used because it's a non-porous surface. So I've picked this citrus green, this yellowish orange, and another yellow to start my background. And I'm just going to put some paint here, and all my acrylic paints, almost all of them are quite old, but that's okay. And this one is quite thick, so what I want to do is I want to do to add some water to it. And let's pick some brush. I'm going to spray it a little bit, just so it would be more watery. You see, it's kind of thick, so I'm trying to get rid of the clumps here. And of course I can also spread it around however and add water so it would spread better. In this stage it's really up to you how watery you want it in terms of transparency. So I've got this, I'm just flipping it over, and I don't mind if it's dripping, and I'm smooshing it and smooshing it and smooshing it. Okay, and in just so you know, I've got 3 pages glued together for to work in this notebook. So that's how I prepared my notebook. The pages were quite thin. If you're working in an old book, sometimes the quality of the paper is better, and then you only need to glue 2 pages. Just see how it goes for you. Okay, I never waste paint, and I still have more of the yellow paint, so I have got one of my notebooks. I've got like 3 notebooks that I'm using for leftover paint, like so. Okay, done with that. I'm taking now some of this orangey yellow, again quite thick, so I'm going to add water. Just smooshing it. Okay, and it's not drippy enough, so, or yeah, it's drippy. Okay, so some drips, some color. I'm not looking to cover the whole thing. Leftover paint. I don't care how it goes or where it goes, and most of the time that's how I create more painty papers. Very beautiful painty papers. When you not overthinking, that's how you get to have all kinds of interesting painty papers. So this one is quite a liquidy, so I need to add water. Just spreading it a little bit, maybe just a little bit of water. And let's see, does it drip? Not much, that's okay. I really want just hints of this citrus green all over. I wanted the yellow and the orange to be more dominant on the page. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. Let's smoosh the rest of it here. Here we go. So I've got my background. I can add details to it, but right now I just want it to dry before I'm doing anything else, so I'll be back. Okay, so this is dry. I want to add some details to it. Now I'm not going to use stamps because we are doing everything from scratch, and of course we can make stamps. Right now I'm not doing it. There will be lots of how to make your own stamps with things, or make marks with things that you've got at home. I'm just using now the cheapest markers from the cheap store, so you can find it anywhere. It's really in like back to school supplies, and I just want to make some marks, and I've picked this color so it will be part of the background. I don't want it to stand out, so I'm just going to do some groups of spirals randomly on the page. Like stamping, it helps add interest to a page and some visual texture. That's the best explanation I can give. So I'm going randomly and doing those spirals. It doesn't have to be spirals, it can be anything you want. I just try to spread it around because I'm not looking for something symmetrical. It doesn't have to be in groups of 5. It doesn't have to be in groups of 3. It really just go with the flow. It can be big ones, small ones, no rules to it. Just have fun adding something interesting to the background. You can just write on the background, you can do circles, dots, whatever you fancy. Maybe a little bit here. Yeah. Okay, so I've got this, and let's see. I don't think I have maybe in another. I've got a lot of very simple markers. I'm looking for some green now. Let's see. I'm checking on another piece of paper just to see how it looks. If I like it, this can be used. Let's see, this green, maybe. Or, no, you know what? Let's do a very simple thing. Find a ruler with a pencil with eraser at the top. I'm going to put some paint here, and we're going to use the eraser as a stamp. I'm just dabbing it to get rid of excess paint. Now, I don't know how much of it you can see, but it doesn't need to be too much. I just looking to add some details to the background and nothing more. I don't need it to stand out on the page. Of course, now I will have to wait for this paint to dry, but that's okay. We'll continue to starting to make the focal point of this page. So I'm just spreading dots now. Okay, good enough for right now. Again, don't know how much of it you can see, but it's there. Moving on the markers and letting this dry. So I picked two painty papers. Again, these are just printer papers with a paint scraped with a plastic card, and this was even just all kinds of leftover paint from the other pages. I could also have taken pages from a magazine in the colors that I want. I could use this. So magazines also an option if you don't want to do this. So what I want to do now, I'm taking a pencil. This is a 10B. It's in the list. I'm just looking for a darker color and a softer graphite pencil. So anything from 6B and more is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some leaf shapes like so. And I didn't go to the edge because I want my leaves to be interesting with all kinds of colors on each one. So I will take another one here, and I'm doing all sizes. I'm doing it freehand, but then again I can, if you don't want to do it freehand, then you can go back to the first stencil. And again, this was just by folding a magazine page and making these shapes to have the shape of a leaf. So I can just use this as a guide like so. And it can also help seeing if it's interesting, not interesting, do I want it, don't want it. Like so. So I'm going to make some more leaves. Let's see, let's do another big one and another one here. And of course I will have to cut all of this. Now the reason I've picked this is because now I can do some smudging, and I can do it with my finger, I can do it with a Q-tip. Let's take a Q-tip. And if you got a blending stub, again, blending stub is not in the list because not everyone can get it, and I'm looking to do everything from scratch to show you that it can be done. So here we go. So what I want is just to smear. Sometimes I do one side, sometimes I decide that I want both sides to have this smudged look. And if I wasn't looking for this kind of smudged look, I would have just done the leaves by taking any kind of marker. Again, it can be the simple felt pen markers and doing like this, and I can go another way with taking the black permanent marker and do like this. It's really up to you what you like. So I really wanted to go with this smudged look. That's why I've picked this kind of pencil, the 10B graphite pencil. So these are my leaves, and again I'm going to do the same thing with the red painty paper, and I'm going to do the same shape, only I'm going bigger right now. These are going to be my flowers, and what I'm going to do is, instead of doing lots of leaf shapes, I'm going to do another leaf shape here like so, and one, let's say, triangle here, and that's my flower. So here we go. So I've got one flower. Let's take another one. I think let's go here. I'm going all sizes, and again you can use this as a guide if you don't feel like doing it freehand. Let's do some more orangey like so, and this side like so. Yeah. So, and again, here I'm going to do some smudging with the Q-tip. You don't have to. You do you. And once I've got all the pieces, then I will go and take my nail scissors and start to cut all the pieces that are going to be on the page. Now I'm saying fussy cutting, but I'm not so fussy about it. You can leave a hairline around whatever shape you are cutting. It just adds to the whole. Don't be so don't be too fussy about cutting the shapes. So I'm just going to continue cutting the shapes, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got some leaves, I've got some flowers, and now for the layout. You can go anywhere, however you want. It can be flowers like this, it can be all kinds from which direction you want, and I am thinking of doing something wavy like this. That's my layout. And I'm just marking it with an HB pencil so I can see if I like it, don't like it. I can fix it, I can erase it. So that's how I'm going about it. I like it, and now again I can just do a pencil, this 10B that I use to do the edges of everything. I can pick any marker that I have to do the stem. It's really up to you. I'm thinking I will take this is a dark green, a felt pen. I think I'll use this. So let's see. Now another thing is I want to thicken the stem. So, and I'm going about it from narrow to thicker as I go towards the bottom. And just remember, everything that I do can be done differently. If you don't like it, do it however you like. That's the most important thing. You can also do exactly like me, and afterwards when you feel more comfortable, go take it to other places. Okay, so we've got this, and now I'm going to see how I'm going to place the flowers and the leaves. So I've got all sizes. I think I'll start with the smaller one towards the top and place my flowers all over like so. And again, I'm going with smaller towards the top. Oh, I've got smaller ones. Let's see. So now let's do now I'm just playing with the placement. I also like to overlap shapes. It looks more organic this way. Yeah, so here we go. That's the placement. And now all I have to do is take a glue stick and start gluing. I'm also thinking I'm going to do a connecting a line between the flowers and the stem. So here we go. And again, I'm doing a little bit thicker towards the stem, like so, moving for one bit. And again, you can use whatever marker you've got. So now just gluing and gluing, that's it, nothing to it. I'll just put something underneath so I won't get glue all over the place. Here we go. Of course, if you don't have a glue stick, you can just use school glue, white glue, PVA, or any kind of other glue that you've got and you feel comfortable using. Now here I've got this leaf on the fold of the notebook, so it would be a little bit difficult, but not that important. And also this flower again is going on top of the fold. Not sure about this one. Here we go. So yeah, Another one, leave it. I'm leaving it. I don't need this one. So it can, for me, I think I'm done. I think I really like this, how it is. The only thing that I feel like doing, I don't know why, again, it's just a feeling, is doing something like this. And maybe some like this, because why not? Yeah, I really like it. So I'm leaving it be. I'm tempted to add more details, but I think I'll just leave it be. So that's it for this page. I really hope you like it and you'll try your hand doing it, and I'll be seeing you in my next art journal from scratch. So thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving me comments down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.